And we are streaming. Hello everybody, welcome to Stars of Confusion for the 16th of July 2021. How are we all doing? We currently have 3 people queued up, which includes myself, so we are waiting on one more to get some games started. And yeah, also we're on Soul. I've been playing a lot on Tenho in the last week or so I've had some practice for this event, shall we say. Let's see if it actually means anything now we come to, I guess, the real competition. We have Prospero who's joined us as well, so that will be the startup. Which is Piffles, Rise, myself, and Prospero. Good luck to you all. Let's get this... That's it, finally adds Prospero in. Yep, there we go. Started. I clicked the button and it wouldn't accept he was in the temporary north seat. Okay. So I'm on a reasonable run of form recently. I mean, yeah, actually I am on a reasonable run of form lately. And has become powerful, apparently, according to Chiral. Because I'm now 6th Q on Tenho, which is far lower than I used to be. Anyway, how are you doing, Chiral? Also, we have Urza currently queued up as well, so welcome back, Urza. It's been a long while. I know you were here last event, but you're actually here for games, which is very nice, and a long while since you last played. Let's see then if we can round up enough for a second table at some stage. Are you playing today, Carol, or are you just observing? Meanwhile, let's see if we can actually do anything with this hand. So we're starting west. Hi, Rumi. Starting west, dragon, and try to run away with a cheap hand, I guess, is all I can really do with this one. Bunch of things that need middle tiles. We'll see how this goes. It's probably going to be a slow hand, though, depending on how lucky we are. Well, first bit of luck attained. Just need 1 or 2 more, and we're there. Weird, not your birthday food. Well, if you're eating food and it's not your birthday, I mean, something's clearly wrong there. Somehow. Yeah, no worries then. Well, I'll keep a close eye on the queues, and worst comes to it, Urza gets first priority when we get round to the end of this game. Alright, Rise of an Early Reach. I think we have an initial safe discard that we would probably be trying to get rid of anyway. So, yeah, okay. We'll go 2 pins for the moment. So white's not been confirmed safe, and we don't have a lot to go on. It's a fairly early reach. Well, let's play 9 and see. Sounds like a good plan, sir. Well, we've been given safe tiles by Prospero, taking the risk on 7 pin. I mean, 7 pin is reasonable against this. Who knows? Reserve a Steam Deck? Not sure what that is, but okay. I mean, that's a reasonable way to play it. If you happen to have an alternate account, we wouldn't mind. You and no. I'm vaguely interested, but no, I've not tried to do anything of that nature. I don't have the funds for additional PC things at the moment. Well, it looks like we're able to just dodge. I mean, it might end up being something like a Yaku High only of some sort. Could be East. East hasn't been played yet. We're also Ishanten, and actually there. Is the 2 gonna pass? I think it might even be worth the risk here. What do we got? White 1? Nope, just white. Is it worth it? I don't think it is. We'll see if we can go around it. But I'm not going to take the risk on this at the moment. If we can get 12 Tempai from Piffles, then we'll take it on our safe discard, but we're not going to. Okay, that's fair. So a pair weight, 3-man Forso for Mungan. because of Dora. Yeah, so it would have worked out either way, but we probably wouldn't have got the win in time, so I'm okay with that. Was probably sensible. And yeah, I really... Going back to Seoul, I know I've only been on Tenho briefly, but I feel the extra thinking time I had. I'm still amazed that I occasionally run out of it. Yeah, Southampton played. We could potentially have held on to that because it's about the same value as the red, but they're probably getting rid of both of them anyway. So free pin, you say? Sort of a lot of loose tiles, actually. Probably could have afforded the weight on that, because now that's... Yeah, that would have potentially been more useful fighting on 119 first. Hey, Dragonis, not too bad. Feeling the extra time on Soul a little bit, but yeah. But yeah, East 1, Mung in hand that I wasn't involved with, so it's going okay. Triplet of those. I'm going to play the free here then. It's a little early to confirm things, but if Prospero's playing a free pin second row, he might be there. So we'll play the potentially dodgy tile out now. It's a shame if we draw a 2-5 at this point, but you know. Fairly certain that Rise don't want things on that vein, at least based on their discards at the moment. And this puts us Yishan-Ten for Yishan-Ten for Tanya. Not the best of weights, I guess, but I mean, unless we draw the middle of these, actually. Yeah, it just feels so much longer. I mean, yeah, everybody use it, which is fun, but you know, it just feels too long now. I've gotten back used to Tenho timing again. Oh boy. Anyway, well, this will play a Sozi card that we can use. He actually is going to play. I'm going to go Dharma here. Arguably, I could attack this, but 7's a safe tile. Sinky does about the same. 20 seconds, though. Jeez. So this is now 20 seconds of working out whether I want to try and reach on this hand or whether I'm just happy to go with it. He probably doesn't want anything to do with the 2 men, so I could play those safely if I wanted to try and pause it a little bit, maybe go round. And that might end up actually being the correct option here. So, yeah. But I mean, it gives me time to discuss things like that. I had Tanya Tempai, it was fine. Hatsu's fine. We're now 7 pairs, Yishan-Ten. Interesting. But no, we're just going to take a safe discard here. Actually, white was safe as well. I could have got around it if I'd thought about that, but oh well. It's fine. Also, hello, demo. Okay, so we have Dora and dragons. Well, we're not committed to Honitsu just yet, but we'll see. Since we're not committed on it, so I guess keeping the 6 off discarding the 8 is a little bad, but there's also we get it and we're dealer, so this is fine, I guess. Needing a 3 or a 7, 3 and a 7 though is a bit dodgy, but hey, we can still mostly bail out with this if we need to. So we have Urza, Demo, and Draconis currently queued up. And we have somebody called Guy Riichi, so I am looking like starting that second table up if people are ready. I'm also going to get rid of this 9. So, Urza, Demo, Draconis, Guy Riichi. Oop, he's not gone in. Demo's not gone in, apparently. There we go. Start. Good luck all. Indeed. Oh, this is unfortunate, but we're going to go with that anyway. But it's got it the other way around would have been fine here. So we have Free Dora right now. And a dragon. Having the weight on the east is going to be a pain, but I feel this is potentially just something we're going to have to do. If we get a chance to call anything, I think we should do it, just for threat value at this point. Just going to have to be aware that we are going to be in a single weight for the east at some point. I'm going to stick with that. We know West is a safe discard, so we will keep that in case the situation changes. 9 should be relatively safe as well, actually, come to that. So 2, 5, 4, 7 is what we really need. Pair of East would actually be fine for us as well. Could have played it past there, which is, I think, what I should have done. But we'll keep it for as long as it's a possibility. But we know Piffles is on a hand then. Also, pause him with 7 pinned. Yeah, Piffles has got to be on a hand. Interesting, the other East not coming out. What does it mean nobody has it? 5 more draws. Well, there's 2. So we'll take the Ishanten waiting on the west at this point. Red 2 is absolutely fine by us. Yeah, we're going to go with this way around. So we actually have a weight that can win rather than anything else here. So we're just going to take the 1 so weight and see what happens. 2 so, of course. Unfortunate single weight, but Red Dragon 2. 39 puts us in a second, and we take the dealership. So, what do we have going for us here? We have an immediate Khan availability, and this is a fast starting hand. Well, still, we're going to take that triplet and run rather than anything else, unless we get, I guess, 7, 8, and... yeah, a 7 and an 8. In the meantime, just see if we can work around that. Because this is not bad at all. Also, knowing where all the middle ones are is quite powerful in its own way. So if we draw something connected to these, it would be ideal. I'm actually going to extend this out because, I mean, if we do draw a 4 so, this gives us run pair and a open thing. So yeah, we'll see. Prospero making 2 calls. I think might be going for a chanter. Or something only. That means we can Khan, assuming we don't draw a Forso. For a Forso, we have Tempai, of course, and it's a Pinfu as well. Well, no, it's a Pinfu weight, effectively. I mean, I'm trying to work out when we would pull the trigger here. So we still don't have it with that. If we draw any high Manzu at this point, or a Forso, well, a Tuso, then I think we can Khan and go for this. I think that's a Hatsu only then from Prospero. So, warp in, unfortunately not connected to anything we currently have. So yeah, Tuso, 8-man. And you know, a Friso wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, because, although... Yeah, so 5 8-man, Tuso over the Forso preferably. But even the Forso would be okay. We could reach there. I wonder if we can Kanri now. If we get a chance, we might be Kanri.
Riichi.
East is depressingly live. West is safe. East is safe. Okay. This is our round to recover now. Now I've got to rework things out again. Yeah, it's still fine. We played a red. We'll see. Sumo, but it's cheap. That's fine. Well, cheapish. 4,000, we lose 2. That's not the worst. We maintain second. Rise isn't a million miles away from us, and we still have plenty of time to try and chase him down. Okay, interesting. So we have Yakuhai things. Hello, Jasper. I'm not going to call the first south. We might call the second, depending on how things go. Hill's deciding on the early attack, which is not great for our type of hand here. It's a bit of a slow one. Also, Daikendon, welcome. You are unfortunately player number 9. I'm actually not going to call the East here either. Against 2 calls and probably a Honitsu, I'm not... Well, maybe it's not a Honitsu. Could be West only again. But I'm not confident in going against it right this second. Not until I have Twin Yakuhai, or if... I mean, if Tournament East comes up, I'll probably have to call it, but I'm going to be passive, at least for a couple of turns here against 2 calls. Alright, Prospero calling as well, so we're now up against 3 calls in the early game. Let's cut the one so for the moment. So we do have, again, 4 pairs. So 7 pairs is a thing we could attempt here. Alternatively, we could go Ipeco southeast, 1 of each remaining. If East comes, we can at least just take the 3-man weight. Alright. Reach east-south. So it's Riichi Peiko Dora 1. South might seem a good escape route here. That seems fine. Oof, okay. Honest still coming out. Could still get this. I mean, our discards look Tarnpin, so... The last east or the last south? Thankfully, we'll keep drawing things that... Oh, there we go. Luck into that. Hit the Mungan as well. Which actually, yeah, we have a triplet, so yeah. So we take a Mungan off Rise, we take the lead. Gyakuten. Okay, so into South 1. 9-2 lead. Alright, I'll play the 7 for the moment. Hey John, yeah, not doing too bad. First time on Sol for a while, so I'm reveling in the fact I have a 20-second count rather than 10, because I've been playing Tenho all week. Still, yeah, we seem to be up in this game. See if we can maintain that. Starting hands have been blessed, draws not. Oh boy. I mean, to be fair, the better your starting hand is, the fewer tiles you can accept into it. Although Piffles should be muted, so we won't hear that bit of advice. But general advice for everybody else. If your hand is terrible, take solace in the fact that a lot of tiles will improve it. A lot more than if it was a good hand. Okay, I'm going to actually cut the 9s here. Technically, I probably should keep this. But, I mean, we're leaning towards Possibility, which, you know, is something I always want to be trying to do for reasons. And we've got a pair of 5s anyway there, so we're okay on the pairs front. Yeah, this wasn't optimal because I had green that was going to I was hopefully call at some stage, so unforced, but and in fact we've drawn it, so perfect. Okay, so what do we want then? We want, well, actually, in fairness, we want a 5-man now to just have the reach and go. Five so is interesting. I'm going to go 2. Now, there's a chance here we go into a 9-6. Oh, no, actually, we aren't going to that. Can't go into that. That would have been for a 10 trap, and quite an embarrassing one at that as well. But green and 1. You can go into a single weight on the 4, I suppose, is a thing we could try and do. I'm kind of staying here. I can always cut a 5-so or a green if I really want to maintain tempo here, so I don't need to force. I will, of course, call if I get the chance from Piffles to complete this bit, but... Well, complete that bit either, actually. I don't mind waiting on the 5 in this position. Sure. Chi, play that, so we have Hatsu Dora 1 on the 5-man. Right, can we draw a 5-man? If not, we might have to go into something else here. 5-man would be a really dangerous discard right this second. But he's given us a safe tile, so actually, that's why. It was already a safe tile. On our hand, we can play the greens if we ever get into real trouble. Also, ice cream truck. Because it is that time of year. How much do I care about giving away some points here? I think 6 should be safe, but... Pair of 4-man. Well, we can play it for a 10 weight. Yeah, we're going to have to go for a 10. Not ideal, but I can't risk a 4 against him right now, so I'd rather just stay in this, and it probably means we are going to throw out greens at some stage. You never know, we might get lucky. 9. I think 9 should be fine. One's played... That was before the reach, but it still passed. 5 pin. So 2 more draws to get the last 3 tiles. It's your middle tile, so it could easily be in people's hands. East is fine, so we maintain Tempai for at least 1 more turn. Draw 1 more set of safe tiles, then, or 1 more safe tile, then we're in business. South. Oh, South is live. It's also the round wind. We're out. There's a green. Oh, that's a shame. We're going to find out what he's waiting on now. Okay, yeah, fine. 7 only. Okay. It was basically a bluff wait, but it was still correct to assume it wasn't. Well, dealer repeat. Alright, first and south. Yeah. I mean, in fairness, it's fine. You have to protect the dealer reach, and if I deal into a dealer Mungan, then I immediately drop into third, so I'm not in a position where I can afford to worry about that. I'm tempted to go Shitoi here already. I only have 3 pairs, but the rest of the hand could get there quite easily. And the only things I've got connected are the Sozu tiles anyway, so... Triplet of 9s. 9 pin. Well, I mean, there's other options. I suppose that's another option. We could get Shitoi or something, but... I am probably going to just see how this goes. 3 pin. Yeah, we'll pull off 3 pin from the dealer. First row probably going for a Honitsu, although cutting a dragon early... I suppose actually, to be fair, we'd already kind of cancelled that off, so... Two 9s have been played, we'll play another 9 then. Yeah, okay. Shitoi is looking significantly less likely now. But... Alright, Phil's on the attack. I'm going to pull up on the 3-man discard. Because it seems like the one that's going to be the problem later. So Tampin or Honitsu from the player to our left? Probably Honitsu from the discards. If he's managed to get that high. At the very least, his hand should be in that sort of focus, even if he's not there at the moment. Right, 4th Hatsu. Interesting. Hello, Lily. We are currently on 11 players, so we're just waiting on 1 more and we can get a game started. Well, a 3rd game started. And then I've got to actually wonder about which one I'm actually going to follow for a bit, because I assume this is going to win first, but... 9. He still hasn't played any Manzu himself, so I think Pivals is the Shanten at best, but... But either way, I'm still not really in the mood to give him any free help, so I think we're 9-pinning and just folding out of this one. A little unfortunate, but we weren't able to quite get there at this stage. But we're not the dealer, so we're not the ones who has to worry about a big sumo. We just have to avoid the dealing. Alright, 1 save from all players should be fine. Got a 9-pin for our penultimate discard, and then from that we can play whatever seems reasonable. Probably a 6 at this point. He's probably hit 10 by now, did he just do that? Nope. Hadn't quite made it. I knew he was enchanted at best because he hadn't. Well, I assumed he was enchanted at best because nobody had played any Manzu. Well, he hadn't, rather. So, yeah. Okay, so South 2. It's a freebie for me, basically. Parabeast isn't the most useful of things, but it does put us pretty close. Prospero calling north. Prospero needs another 12k points, really, so a Hanneman to push up. We currently have Daikendon, Jesper, Mono queued up. We did have somebody else as well, Lily, but she has apparently gone away or has had connection issue. I drew no Manzu. Okay, well that answers that question. Clearly that was the wrong hand to go for, arguably, but hey. All hand, 0. Onitsu, wasn't it? Hello, Lily. Okay, so we have Reach on the... Oh, it's a pairway, isn't it? East, and 1. Last east, last 1. I think that's technically the one we want, so... Yeah, so last east, last 1, early Reach. Let's see. I mean, at least has been played. If they caught the pause, that's just unfortunate, but the other one could come out. So current people queued up there. I am happy to start a third game off. Oh no, actually we lost Mono. Okay, fine. We're down to 2 players. I won't push as hard then. It was just because we had 3. Oh, Lily's back. Okay, so back up to 3. Mono, will you join us and show everybody that you are a complete novice at the game? Apparently. Again. Back in 10 minutes. Okay, fair enough. Okay. Well, if somebody else wants to jump in the meantime, you are more than welcome to. And Mono will show us his skill later, probably against me. He'll probably finally hit that Yakubit he's always going for. Anyway, so yeah, early Reach is usually on an awkward wait, but obviously I'm gone for a double here. And we take the hit. Bad wait, but again, Reach to become dealer. Early game. I'm in the lead. I feel it's minimal risk because it's putting other people, slowing down, putting them under pressure. Both of my tiles should come out, in theory, at some stage. We've got East again. The guy's giving us East in the South round at the moment. South 3 then. We have a 12 gap, which is dealer Mungan range. Just about, for Rise. So, reasonably comfortable so long as I don't lose too many points here. And if I can win anything, it's probably worth trying. We have Sanchikyu now as a very real possibility. Sequence and 2 Pinfu shapes. So, yeah, let's go for this. We can also call East. So this is our backup here. We can always call East to do this. If not, we've got Sanchikyu as our win condition. Oh, that's rough. That's very rough. I was like, that's very rough, but we'll take it. The worst thing about early reaches is from a dealer perspective, they're going to cost you more if they're good. Oh boy, 4-pin. What a discard 4-pin would be right now. Oh, okay, well I have options. I at least know this is safe against 1 player, so I'm going to trade that up. Oh, that's going to backfire. Nope, didn't. 6-pin then. Fated Sanzo. Oh, okay, this is terrible. I should just fold. I have Sanchikyu. I should just fold. I'm up against 2 calls and that and that. I'm dealer. I don't want to lose points. I'm going to K East. This is cowardly, but I do already have the thing, so let's just hope that... Yeah, defense might not have been the best play here, but we're going to go for it. as much as we can. 4 would have come out if I'd have held on to it, but I don't know, 7 would pass. Two-pin passing is useful. Third east. Oh, I got there in multiple ways. I think I did the right thing, but oh boy. Oh, 4 more discards to last at this point. 9-man should be safe. 7-pin now proved safe. West is safe. Hatsu's safe. I am amazed I've survived this. Oh, Rise gives it, but that's fine for us. So that's our second place person losing a small number of points. Oh, we had a rap. You killed my rap. Oh, I had everything there. That hand was mine to win, and I had to give it up. But again, it could have been worse. Or last then. Puts Rise out of that Mungan range. Piffles needs a Hanneman. Actually, both of these needing a Hanneman is quite good for us. Means the chances of us falling in position are quite low, comparatively. Oh well, that's fine. I had a second call for Tenpai. But, you know, I'm not gonna say what I had. Yeah, direct hit is always a thing, but I'm always assuming what they need external to me. If me dealing in is always going to be a problem. But yeah, if they need a Hanneman without my intervention, then I'm usually feeling a bit better about things. As it happens, though, we are Ishan 10 for Pinfu, so I think Silent Pinfu for the win seems absolutely the agenda right now. If we can pull it off. 4758. Perfect. 4-7 Pinfu for the win. Early white. He wins it. Have another white then. Well, is Piffle's going to give me what I want here? Not quite. Do I think Piffles cares about that or that? There's a chance he's going for a middle one, so we're going to go this way round. Dragon only, it's fine. But if it's Chanter Dragon, then that would be a hand I could deal into and be a problem, and it's potentially the 3 is the thing that could do that. Again, same logic. I don't think the 5's a risk to Piffles, at least not for a hand that's big enough for us to worry about. So we're just going to stick on the 4-7 pin Dharma weight here. And hope that he overplays his weight into it. In all truth. See what's been played. So 4-7s always seem to be the one that never comes out of anybody, and for reasonable reasons. Both middle tiles. But I never seem to draw the down things either. Except when I need them. Dora from Prospero is dodgy. 9's been played by the Chanter, Honitsu. It could still be a Honitsu. This is the other thing it could be. But Dora coming out of Prospero is a little worrying. Is it Chanter? I shouldn't have probably... Well... I could... It's correct for me to go for this, but I've got to think more about those other risks. It happens a lot, but it's always the wrong one. Oh boy. Right, now here's where the reach consideration comes in, because if I do this, does this scare anybody off? Will they accept second? Piffles may accept second, but... But 5 has passed, which is information. Not giving 5, especially for value, it has to be honest here. We're keeping it because I don't want to give somebody an extra Dora if you had the Honitsu. Which he did. He must have just hit that, because that is a winner for me. Well, we'll take it. He must have just literally hit that the last turn. Yeah. I think honestly I should have bailed. But yeah, he also had all my winners, which, you know, happens. That is a thing that will happen. Okay, so we had Daikendon, we had Jesper, and we had Lily queued up from previous. So I'm just going to see who's going to jump in. We have Rise and Prospero, currently an odds and evens situation. So I'm just going to find one of my dice, which I cannot seem to find anywhere because I misplace all my dice all the time. It's a shame because I'm actually doing some role playing tomorrow, so I should probably have them now. Oh, and also we have Piffles. Oh well, I now need to do 6. Hold on. I'll automatic dice roll quickly. Now, talk of randomness all you want. It says 1, so that is Rise, because he's currently top of that list. So Prospero and Piffles will get into the next game. Right, good luck. This is Daikendon, Jesper, Lily, and Rise. Good luck to you all. Yeah, I mean, the long pause was because I drew Vidora and that. I'd been in Dharma for a 4-7 Pinzu for quite a while. Obviously, you had all of those, so it was unlikely I was going to finish it. But I've been in the 4-7 Pinzu weight for basically since turn 4 of the game. Okay, well, yeah, it's just unfortunate whether I laid out. But sorry, I never get the 4-7s from people. Right, we're going to go and watch this game that's going on here because this is. Draconis, former champion, Demo, our current points leader, Urza, a player of reasonable skill who hasn't been with us for quite a while, and Guy Riichi, whoever he is. I assume he's amazing at Mahjong. Alright, so let's have a look. We are following Demo because that's just who we happen to be sitting by. Urza has taken a commanding lead of the game. And let's see. Full pin? I don't think you did, because I thought I had 8 winners at one point. Ouch. No, in that position, I absolutely would not turn down a Ron Puffin because I'd have just won. I mean, to be fair, you need to secure second because, yeah, absolutely, win, because you need to secure second. Again, Rise was basically only on 1,000, needed a couple of 1,000 points. That's a very quick hand to come across. So yeah, you absolutely had to take the win there. There was no question of waiting for a first position. I mean, second to positive points is good. Anyway, I should probably look about what's happening with this hand, in all honesty. So Demo is doing Demo-like things, but is not currently showing the amount of luck that we know him for at this stage. Guy Riichi with the call. Looks like he's just going to try and get a dragon here. First is a deal. This is certainly true, but I think it's a bad philosophy, and it's why I kind of didn't want this as the format for the points in the league. I'm much happier with the sort of Tenho format, which, as Kyril says, is very stressful, where 4th place is punished, and the rest of the positions at least stay neutral or improve for being 3rd, 2nd, 1st. But we're in the exact reverse of that, which is the same as the Ginger tournament format, where basically winning is all important, means you will go for wins more often, etc. When last year we were messing around with it a lot, and we got into a weird state where we wanted to get 1st and 2nd, and there was a huge gap down, and finishing 3rd and 4th was bad. And ultimately, you have to be in one of those 3 configurations. Either 4th is terrible, bottom 2 are terrible, or, you know, bottom 3 are terrible in terms of bonus. Also, we have Prospero, Piffles, and Mono queued up, so I am happy to join, but I am at least going to watch Demo. Having said he didn't seem to have his usual levels of luck, just pick up a win out of nowhere from Draconis. But as I say, Demo, our current points leader, and yeah, I need to really outscore him if I can. So anybody who gives me points, that would be greatly appreciated. Okay, South free. Because it's going to be mostly 3 people from the same game as the last one, I'm actually yeah, the thing is we add a winner bonus onto it. So basically what we effectively play is 30, 0, neg 10, neg 20. So we had a 20-point winner bonus, which was a thing that was considered. Obviously, 20 points added to the winner, but 5 points then reducted from everybody. So, yeah, I'm right with the ordering of that. 30, 0, minus 10, minus 20. But anyway, Guy Riichi then with a interesting start. And he's gone for the early Dragon Call. He has no dealer turns left, so he's just looking to secure third, or at least try and improve himself up to fourth. Yeah, I will be shuffling around the tables at this point, because I will obviously join, as mentioned. And yeah, we'll see. In the meantime, I am going to go AFK briefly, because I do actually want to pick up a dice and not have to rely on this silly little app. So bear with me for 2 moments. If anything interesting happens, remember that if something interesting has happened that I have to go back and review. Bear with.
Riichi です。つもごめんなさいね。リーチ一発つもピンフドラマンガンパンポンです。
Turn the mic on. Alright, people, did anything interesting happen in this game that I missed? Apparently not. But either way, we now have dice. Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about changing the league thing midway through. I did have the plans to sort of double up the points, so it would be something ridiculous, but I actually think it's probably fair to keep it as is for the moment, because I think it works. It also is just a change of philosophy. I honestly like the... I like punishing a last place finish. I'll be honest. That is something that appeals to me within Mahjong, but I understand why it's stressful for people. And Cairo was able to carry the vote with the thought of stress. Nope. Was that a nope to things interesting that had happened, or nope to Mono's suggestion for points scores? Oh wait, nothing's going to change at the moment. I said I had rough plans to double it up in that, but you know, yeah. This is again, and Kyle was correct in all honesty. There are positions where you just can't avoid it, and you end up losing a lot of points for it. That can be a bit punishing. But equally, it's like a well fought second that earns you basically nothing can be depressing as well. But, you know, I'm staying consistent for at least this year. We will re-vote on it for next year's competition. But, yeah, we will take these considerations into account, I'm sure. You reached Shipatsu Sumo for Mangan. Oh, thank you, Rise. See, that's the sort of information I like. That's also why Mono now has the same number of points as Demo. Okay, also, I noticed the game has ended because Demo has queued back up. So we will shuffle the tables around in a few moments, and... yeah, I just want to watch the end of this, because I've done absolutely zero commentary on it, so I don't know why I'm invested. I just am. I also now have some dice up here, so we can actually randomize properly, rather than me having to use electronic randomization methods. Which actually I don't care about the slightest, but, you know, some people do. Don't do that. Yeah, indeed. No, we're not doing that.
リーチです。ポンです。
Delivered on what I promised.
つもごめんなさいね。
Speaking of Cairo, are you doing your auto table shenanigans this weekend? Or trying to it, anyway. Oh, Urza picking up the big Hanneman, so this is looking like Urza victory because he is the last dealer. And a strong return to one of our stronger players of the past. So dealer has to pay more to the winner. In relation to... Wow, I didn't mean to reach. Oh, that's a great bluff if Jesper's bluffing. And if it isn't a great bluff, if it isn't, it's still a great bluff. Oh, yeah, so basically Yakitori is, if I remember the, not me, I'm new here, indeed. Yakitori, if I remember this rightly, is basically where if you don't win a hand in a game of Mahjong, you suffer a -8, you suffer a penalty. Usually in money, what he's suggesting is you basically lose 8,000 points immediately if you don't win a hand at any point during the game. And also, typically, this is played in East only. +1/+1 weight. Ah, no value. Oh well, that's fine. Misclicks do happen. Anyway, I've done zero analysis on any of this, so this is in the background. I may actually go back and properly analyze this game. Who knows? No, it's just a penalty for the end of the game, in all honesty, which would be 8,000, I think, is what the suggestion is. Yeah, I'm not a fan of it, especially not in East-only games, because, you know, when I played that rule set when Kara was doing his silly tournament things, I didn't hit Tenpai in all 8 of the games I played. I did not hit Tenpai once. And in most cases, it wasn't due to tile efficiency. It was due to obvious early reach. I have to play safe to that, and I just wasn't able to go around it. And second time was just I had really bad hands. Oh boy, it's interesting. I don't mind playing rules like that occasionally, but yeah, absolutely. But the thing is, I still have to play defensive against it because it's all right saying, all right, I need to win the game. I better attack. I can't deal into an obvious weight while doing it. I have to at least have some semblance of trying to play the game properly. Anyway, what's Draconis up to with his last thing there? It's not looking too bad, actually. A 6/9/6 weight. 6s are kind of out, so really 9 and a 6, I guess. In fact, all the 9s are out. Oh, yeah. Okay, that might not be as good as I thought it was. I mean, it's an interesting 3-sided weight, but it just has almost none of them left. Can he get a 6-0? Will Urza get his son Anko? He's deciding to fold out, which, again, makes sense. I mean, I could have also been inefficient for things, but again, that's just my residing memory of it, in all honesty, but hey. Alright, so Riichi pulls off a Suji weight for the 6, Reach and Dora, which potentially... Oh, there's the deal in there for Draconis dealing a 6, which is safe to one player, but not to the first. Yeah, strong start. Deal in 26, though. I think he would take that overall, because he's still got shades. Draconis hits second place. And, yeah, we'll have second place at negative points. Yep, good game. Actually, in most cases, rarely will you get 3. And even far rarer will you get 4. And Sananko is perfectly valid. In fact, Sananko Toy Toy is underrated as a thing, I've got to be honest. Anyway, we currently have 5 people queued up, and I am going to be one of those. So, anybody who else wants to queue up, please do so. I'm then going to do a roll-off of things. So, Urza has joined, so we currently have 5 others. If we do get 8, which I think we do have somewhere dotted around, we will set up 2 tables. But I just obviously want to shuffle this up here. So fine. Guys at me, as I was saying. Indeed, indeed, indeed. Alright, so currently it looks like just 5. So thankfully I have a D10 for this. So let's see how this goes. That is a 3, so that is Piffles. Okay, I then need a D4, which I didn't bring, so I'm just going to re-roll a D10 as a D8 and see how this goes. We'll see. That is a 7, so that is currently Urza. And then I just need a dice. So, 1-2 Prospero, 3-4 Demo, 5-6 Draconis. Draconis! We fight! And this looks like a really horrible table for me. Okay, let's go. So Demo and Prospero currently waiting. If we get 2 more, I'll start those off in the game. Oh boy, this could be fun. I hope it's fun anyway. Good luck all. Yay! Was that yay of excitement or yay of... who knows? Let's find out. Oh, Draconis is ahead of me on this rank as well. Alright. Fun table, indeed. Welcome to the fun table, Piffles. Alright, there's a chance we could try and force a Honitsu here, but I don't necessarily like that as a plan for the moment. We'll go 8-So and C. So we have Prospero, Demo, and Mono currently queued up. 1 more, and we will get a second game going. Alright, Piffles with the North Call. So is this just a rapid Tempai Rush? Could be. Oh, Urza has the luck! The jam, sir! The jam! We're not appreciative of this. We're going to play East. We're going to play what we see. And unfortunately, what we see is Chitoi. That's such bad hands, but I'm not punished for some reason. Oh, this was Dora. Why are you playing Dora? Teach me the way of Zhong, Master Piffles. No, he's playing Dora into an early reach. This is starting to look a little dodgy. Let's go for it. Ishanten for Chitoi. Nothing safe against this. Well, what can you do when you've got no options? Play a middle tile and deal in. No, Chitoi is invincible.
No.
Yeah, okay, fine. It's invincible if you're Chiron. It's not invincible if you're anybody else. There we go. I got a better weight than me at the end of that as well. Oh well. Mungan down. Hadn't folded, I would have got 10 by. Yep, that sounds exactly the way Mahjong likes to work. Alright, deal a Mungan. So now we're playing catch-up Mahjong to avoid our first defeat in a reasonable amount of time. At least on Tiles of Confusion. And I'll do all my good work of game 1. Possible Itsu? Well, we have 2 sequences of random Sozu outside of that, so yeah. Possible. Well, at least Urza didn't go for a turn 4 reach. Well, what was it? Turn 4? Turn 3 reach last time. What was it? Jeez. 9 pin. Okay. This is looking interesting. I made it 6Q. I haven't actually had a chance to play since the last one, which was on Thursday. Actually, was it Thursday or Wednesday? It was my 4th one in a row, I remember that, but I don't remember what day it was on. But yeah, I missed a day of playing it, and I haven't done so today, so... Still 6Q. Slowly building up. okay. Well, potential we keep that. So, free man ideally for an 8-7 weight. Yeah, I think Possibility 2 has sailed. So now it's just a case of whether we can finish anything else off here. Six is safe to Piffles, which is something we want to be thinking about. Oh, I'm still stuck where I am, middle of Expert 2. I haven't tried particularly, I've got to be honest, but... Oh, that's a thing. I'm not going to go for that just yet. I could have taken the tempo if I could make the Dora pass. I'm not quite at that point yet. And, okay. So that does nothing other than just equalize some things. So Urza's still in severe positives, and I'm still... I mean, I'm close to first, but that doesn't change the equation too much on my end. I'm close to my dealer turn. Another Possibility 2 hand. Although this one, you've got to admit, is a bit more possible than most. Okay. Well, let's see what we can do with it. You can draw an early East, that would be ideal. And not impossible that we turn this into Chinitsu, which is the thing to consider at this point. Could do with the points from it.
Riichi desu.
Well, dealer Reach. Well, we might have a pair. Fated Sanzo, though, so get around it. South is fine, so we'll play that out. Oh, Piffles wants to attack it. I did get Dora free out of the deal, so it's not impossible as to why. I can't play a Sanzo against that, unfortunately. Or a 5-man, actually, come to that. So the only way we risk it is if we get a chance to... okay, no, we can't risk it. We could potentially get into Ipeco and do it that way, but that's it. Considerations from Urza. 9 safe. Is Urza considering because he's now hit Tempai, or is he considering just because he's running out of safe tiles? say I can't call that and have a... Yeah, well, actually, I could have called that an Adiyaku, but the 1 pin isn't as safe as the 4 pin, weirdly. White should be fine, but we got 2 discards left and 2 6 pins, so we'll play those out. Well, it was far more possible, but unfortunately, possibilities are not emerging for us right this moment. 2 pin 5, so yep. We go down to 10-5, and that is a problem, really. No, my hand. You earned some points for it. What more do you want? Yes, and you earned points for it. These Mahjong players expecting a lot out of their things. I mean, you got points. What more do you want from a hand? So, 2 from Tenpai. Play east because it's more risky than south. To close one of those 2 weights up, though. Immediately draw a second east. One so does very little for us. That, however, does. So that opens this up a little bit more. Most likely now we're getting rid of this side of the weight, but... As it turns out, though... Need a little more to go in our favour here. Ideally drawing that free man that was just played. I mean, that's not terrible. So, Ishanten. 6-0 is our final discard at the moment, you would imagine. Alright, reach 4-6, 4-7, Pinfu. Oh, I look town pins, so everybody's playing terminals, Yalchi highs, and there's the counter. If that deals in, that's really mean. Okay, passed. Ugh. Well, there's 8 of ours technically available, so that's what we're hoping. Darn it. Oh, I'm in trouble now. I'm on what points? Oh, yeah, Sanchiku. Didn't hit the Baiman. Ooh. I think the answer to that is no. Oh, this is really rough. This is really rough. What do I do with this? I've got to... We'll play that. I'm on 3,400 points now, so I've got to really pick my battles here. I have Dora, but this hand just goes nowhere. So, yeah. It's really suboptimal, but we're going to go for the impossible dream. Yeah, calls off. We're not bothering with that nonsense right now. Yeah, I think the first one was a pursuit reach as well, so just the way it goes. Well, we need west, 1 out. We need 9, 1 out. We need red, 2 out. And we need white, none out. But there's 1. Alright, Dora. Now, we're giving up the Dora-san. Maybe we should have done that a little earlier, but again, I need this to get a little further before I think about this. Alright, so red, white, 9. 9, of course. Oh yeah, no, I dealt into a Dealer Hanneman on a Pursuit Reach, and then Draconis on also a Pursuit Reach. 3 reds. That's my hand nearly finished. Even if it was, I wouldn't be telling him that. I mean, to be fair, I'd probably be taking pairs if I got them, but I really haven't been given anything else to try for at this point. So I need that last red. And there are 2 9s left. And the last white, of course. I'm always anxious about that. That's not really a thing to be anxious about here. You don't expect... I haven't played any terminals, so you can't expect me to be there. 3rd pair. Of course, he might have just drawn the other white and be holding on to it. Ishanten. Last red, last white. Okay. Yakuman chance. Last red dragon for the win. I mean, it's worked. Can't argue with this. We got there. Can't reach because, of course, it just gives away the information, and nobody expects somebody to actually be on this. He's pushing. He's, yeah, again, I'd prefer to be on the other way around, actually, because then there's a chance he'd calm that, but I've got to go for it. Had to be done. Well, GG, but we had it. And yeah, it's a big enough hand to try for it anyway. Oh, boy. He doesn't get to know until he looks back at the replay. Oh, Kyra, why'd you tell him? We didn't want to tell him that. Anyway. Yeah, so that's my first loss in a while. And ultimately, if we just go down to the replay for that game, that is unfortunate. Where is that? Oh, of course I'm now waiting, so I can't be in there. That's fine. Alright, we have Prospero Demo, myself, and Mono, so I am going to throw that in as the game at the moment. As I could have had my way. I expected either Draconis was pushing terminals, but if he had the red, he'd know to do that. So, or he'd at least know they were fine. No. I don't think that is, but yeah. Well, that's fine. I've gone plus and minus. What did I actually go minus in that one? So I've gone plus 43, minus 54 with that. So yeah, I am down about 10 points. On the plus side, looks like Demo has lost a few points as well. So as long as I outscored Demo, I will at least gain somewhat on the mountain. Anyway, yeah. I mean, if Draconis was on the red, he did have the red. He could have pushed anything and been fine with it as long as he was avoiding other people. So. Alas, though, it doesn't particularly matter. We hit Tempai. It was a single tile that was left. Could have even not been in the game. The way it goes. By rights, I shouldn't have got that far based on the statistics. So. Anyway, we have 4 pairs, so we are probably looking to see if we can cheat away this one. Live Dragon. Let's get rid of the... Oh, I don't really easy Suji. Nah, we'll go with what we are at the moment. Alright, more likely want to be on the edge tiles, I guess. We have played a Suji to the 4, so... Ishan 10 for pairs. Dora 1. West seems okay here. Yeah, I should have had no calls on for a while. 9 and that's... yeah. GG. Tuso does nothing. Some carnage. Well, still Ishanten. We have hit 2 additional Dora with this. So we can now go Damo if we get this. One we should also be playing, I think, at this point. Quite aside from the fact it's a safe discard at this point. But we see a couple of those out. We see quite a lot of 2s as well, so... Counter Reach. Well, if we draw that West, we are looking good, I think. Interesting. We know it's safe. I mean, it's not impossible that we backdoor with 2 draws left.
Hello.
There we go. I was thinking potential backdoor into Toy Toy, but actually we probably hadn't had enough tiles out there to even think about that, but it was possible. Well, Mono takes a hit from Demo, so I'm currently above him. That is acceptable for the moment. Okay, pair of wests, pair of ones, pair of easts, north. Let's go with a free man to start with for no reason. I don't want to think Chitoi, but don't want to get committed to the idea. There's other things we could do to get there at this stage. Well, maybe we are going Chitoi then. Who knows? Alright, so 4 pairs. We have North 8 as potential things for this. North 1 played, which is the ideal amount. Honitsu's also a plan from here, I guess, so we'll be in a back. Consider that at least. We can draw any more middle pinsy tiles anyway. Hatsu, 1 played.
Punk.
This puts us on the Chisoi plan a little bit. I'm wondering whether we want to be on that. I mean, actually, I think Chitoi is more likely. Or I could just go aggressive here and just take the thing. No, I think going Toi here is fine. We don't have great final tiles for this Chitoi though. Yeah, maybe I was supposed to push on it too here. Hi, boy. We're also waiting on 1 for a second game here. Currently we have Jesper, Lily, and Rise. Although Lily's just vanished. So if we do get 1 more, I will start a second game. So currently we have Jesper, Rise, Daikandon, and Piffles. Good luck to you. Random seats, start. No worries. Alright, let's start with East. Oh, busy stream tonight at the very least. I should actually do some proper analysis after this one, if we get a chance anyway. Probably on the game that's just started, if only because it's more likely to still be going by the time we get there. So it was casually observed the last one I did. I didn't do actually any analysis on it. Okay, red. So we do have a pair, we do have things going for it at this stage, but... Drawing Tiso here would be fine. Fortunately, it looks like somebody can call it, which means I probably don't want to be on that weight. Still, that might be a bit too much. You need a pause, do you? Bear with. We have a possible Itsu on the cards here as well. Sounds it. Yeah, it's been paused. Might even restart it, you never know. Okay. Now, at the moment, we're not really getting a lot that we want against this. But... Possibly it is on the cards, but I think it's more likely we're just going for a Tan or a Pinfu here. Huh. Or do I just go full green? Yeah, okay, fine. Fine. We still have open sequence here, so let's see if we can go this way around with things. I've got just about enough time to potentially pull off an Itsu. Fated Sanzo. Now making safe to mono as well, which helps in our random ambitions in that direction. Alright, let's go for this. What do we got to lose? A bunch of points. Who cares about those? We have reached Pinfu Itsu as a potential thing here, so let's see. For return, of course, because why not? Whichever way around to do it. For return Itsu, go! That is acceptable. We didn't deal in. That is also acceptable. That changes nothing other than just putting the first place a bit further away from us. Changes nothing in terms of the current board perspective. Alright. Well, this is worse than our last attempt at it. So we're probably not going to do it. He is back, he says. Alright, I'm going to unpause that game. Alright. 8 say to start. Pair of Norths, you say, just after Mono has already conveniently got rid of a pair of Norths for us. Oh, isn't that nice of him? I don't know if we want to go Honitsu here. If we get another pair of anything in this set, we probably think about it. Yeah, okay, I thought about it. We're doing it. Downside is we can't... North has to be our pair, so that's a slight weakness in the hand, but we'll see. The slight strength for the hand is that everything else seems to be working quite fast for it, so... What it does mean is I have to get rid of White Dragon at some point. Draw a white, though, I can play North. Can't turn calls off either because I want this west. Alright, there we go. West North. But Honitsu only 2,000 points. Rah. Well, 2-6, I think, actually, but... It's fine. See? It's absolutely fine. What could possibly worry you about this situation? Thanks for the 1,000 points, Mono. Onitsu, 2,000, plus the reach stick, plus bonus. And Prospero dips down back into 4th. Alright, Tridora in this opening hand. That's pretty good. Let's see if we can actually get the rest of the pieces. Prospero goes for a very early Dora discard, so... we'll have to keep an eye on what he's doing. Looks like we might end up into a double pair weight of some sort here. Seems awkward for us to make this Tanyo, so we're just going to have to go as is and hope we get... well, hope Dora free carries us. Can't do anything of the red. We could make some very early cuts from the 9s, depending. If we draw a 7-man, for example, that would be one thing that allows us to do that. That being said, we've got other issues at the moment. Mono goes green. Welcome back, Lily. Currently the only player in the queue, but if that changes, I will let you know. Alright, double Dora. Nah. Sorry about that. That's me not paying attention to the earlier chat messages. I just saw 4 people ready and went. Pin not helpful. I wonder if this is an idea. This is what we do here. I think it is. We play 8-man here. We want to use this in some way, shape, or form, and this means we can play 6. We can have 6 as well. Potentially get rid of 1 free.
Hello.
He would have dealt in. So okay, glad we didn't have to do that. Hatsunomi. So moving the game on. Mono proving why he is, what did he call himself earlier? Well done, let's just go back here. Venture back craft to you, that's something I like. Proud of me. Of course he's proud of me. Also, I have double, oh wow, this is a hand. I'm gonna have to stop, I'm gonna have to pay attention. Not me, I'm new here. I can't remember exactly what he said in that sort of regard, but he's new here apparently. Yeah, I think we might force this for all it's worth. That's unfortunate. I'm deciding he's happy with that, which is fair. I would be as well. West. Yeah, have a 5-man. So 2 west played, 1 north played, no souths at the moment. there. It picks up a win. Hatsunami, 1500. Dealer repeat. Which is kind of why I was thinking the attack. Unfortunately, it was kind of a weird. It was kind of an iffy one, really. This is a better one in a few ways. We've got the backup plan of Chanter. And I think that's what we're going to go with this. We're going to go straight for the Chancer plan. And we have our backup pair. Well, admittedly, I'm going to take the dragon here. East. West is our safe tile. Single weight on the dragon if it comes to it. And we can also cut one of these ones if we need to. I mean, not impossible this becomes Honitsu, but seems unlikely. Well, let's go with that. So, waiting on the 9. We, of course, can call things. We can still call the 1 if it comes up. Potential carnage. But we'll take the Chanter Dragon from the current points leader. Move ourselves that little bit closer. Doris South, you say? This is going to be an interesting one here with us in the dealer turn. So, will we get a pair of those very early, or are we going to be forced to play it? That is our third pair. That is not very good for us. Please, what else do you need? I'll say that'd be a really depressing deal in at that point. I always claim that's conspiracy at that stage if that had happened. Oh well. Well, we have a few interesting hands going on right now. He should be safe, which is why we're kind of hoarding it. This hand comes down to if we... When and if do we get it? Hatsunami. Which I guess Prospero is not the worst thing in context from Prospero, because it could have been a bigger hand. But well played by Mono there. Cut our last dealer turn in half. I'm actually not too upset by that, given things, because I'm only going to survive 2 hands and I finished second now, so... Let's see if we can do that. If I hadn't given him the Hatsu, that might have been a problem, but He still looks as if he could have got that Sanchikyu, I guess. Actually, no, he had no Pinzu in hand, so I don't know how he was pulling that off if he didn't get it. He was just absolutely certain he would. And I gave it to him, so, you know, there's that. So, hoping for the 6, 7, 8 Sanchikyu side of things. Hopefully Tanyo as well, depending. But any hand will do right now, because I want to move the game on. It's unlikely we'll be able to challenge Mono for the lead, but we might still consider it. Not just yet. So both sides of the Sanchikyu are now on. Dora 1 pin passes. "11 possible winners" means nothing. But largely because it's not about this hand in this game at the moment. Another 4 pin. Unfortunate. Keeping the options open here, but I'm not actually sure we can do a lot with this, I think. So we're now definitely leaning towards the other side of the coin here, but this is leaning towards just pin 2 rather than anything else. We can't really Sanchikyu with this unless we go into the weird pair weight things. Yeah, so that gives us pin 2. Do I care about reaching this? Yeah, there's enough time left. Let's put the thread up. I mean, Riichi Patsu from Mono. No. Riichi deal in from Mono then. Still worth it in my mind. So 9-6. It's a risk, certainly, but I think this is fair. This is fair. It'll give me a shot at Mono if I pull this off, so... Didn't really want to take the points off Prospero, but there we go. For each Pinfu, no error, 2000. So it gives me a shot. I still need to get Hanneman Sumo, basically, at this point. 12k plus the 2,000 from him. Yeah, so Hanneman Sumo is exactly what I need to overhaul. And I'm not going to get that with a pair of Norse right this moment. Cheetoy, potentially, though. So I think the play is we go Cheetoy hard. For this one. We bluff something silly, and then we go for something silly. That is unfortunate. Yeah, maybe I'm forcing too hard here. But, you know, we're getting rid of dangerous tiles now, so... Let's see so. I think we should have played red there, but we're not at that point of the Cheetoy at this stage. We're not even anywhere. We can still potentially just be into a Pinfu thing, but Hanneman is what we need. It's how likely the Hanneman is to actually exist at this point. And hey, I'm fairly convinced with all our discards that Maya isn't interested in Sozu right now. Which is useful information. He might be interested in Mansu, but... Again, not taking the north. Not a lot of benefit to us doing that. We'll play red since there's now 2. Yeah, so it doesn't look as if we're going to get to Chitoi with this. Which is our best route in. Not impossible that we can make it, but... But we need, well, 2 more draws, basically, that get us there. And there's a couple of attacks going on. Oh, interesting. Well, there's a triplet. Fortunately, with North gone, I think the chances of any kind of Suanko heroics are gone, but... it's still interesting.
Riichi.
Well, I said the chance of any Suanko heroics are gone. Did the game hear me? Did the game hear me? What the heck? Alright, Ishanten. If I genuinely hit this is kind of ridiculous because this will be a Ron as well. Oh my god, hell wait. Fine, let's go. One man hell wait for the game. Does the wait even exist as a thing? It doesn't. We carry on. Second Yakuman chance in as many games, though. Well, now we need that Hanneman, but we also... Well, I mean, actually, the Reach 6 already. The repeat's there as well, so... Yeah, need some stuff to go for us in this one. I think Chitoi is still the play here, but... We have potential other options. That's been tantalizingly close now with 2. At a certain point, the game just doesn't... You just feel, but... Well, good luck, Piffles. Let's see if he can make it. I'm not going to call that just yet. No, thank you. Okay. One Hatsu's been played. I think this is... I don't know if this is Toito or not at the moment. We need one more. One more pair before I can think about it. I was thinking more towards Chanter at this point, but... And I'm still kind of thinking towards Chanter here. We actually could just do this naturally here. If we draw a 4-so, we have Reach and 2. The downside is we can't really do anything with that. At least not to the extent of just taking the points off mono unless it's direct hit. Which in truth, we do have enough points for if it goes to direct hit levels. And we have 2 safe tiles against this, whichever way this goes. We know we're going to have the 3 in it somewhere, so... Options. Don't take points from me, from Rise! There are 5-pin. He wants it. Bad Piffles. Yep, gotta put him in his place. Alright, Reach door a free potentially here. No pots. We have the Suji trap for this, but, you know, it is next to Medora. This is what I call an unlikely wait, but, you know. If Mono does deal in with a 7, I think we might be able to overtake him. Maybe. We hit Ura. But really, we're just looking to just secure second. Preferably with a few positive points. Unfortunately, Prospero will be the one person who has to play an 8-7 if it comes to it, but unless he can incorporate them in, of course. Oh, that would have been a good upgrade if we could have managed that, actually. We'd have had to... Nah, we wouldn't have been able to make that stick. But still, it's an upgrade that potentially could have been a thing. Sumo. And Dora-san. But not enough to worry Mono, I don't think, unless we hit a lot of Ura. Nope. Mangan only. Yeah, we needed another 6,000, which would have done it. So we needed Ura 1. Didn't hit it. 11.5 though means I think I've gone exactly ±0 for the stream, or near as make no difference. Where do I actually go? Let me just confirm this. So I went plus 43 minus 54 plus 11.5. So I gained a few points. I needed Hanneman for the win. That's the thing. Hanneman would have got me the win. That's what I was kind of trying to play for, but had to play for that one. All right, well, let's go and observe some of the remaining games. I am probably out for the remainder, but if people do want to play another one, I'm happy to start one up. So this is this game. So be aware I am observing and potentially judging. But don't take my judgment seriously. Okay. Let's have a look. So we're sitting behind Piffles in the south seat. We have a dealer Riichi against us and a close battle for the first between Jesper and Rise. And this is a Riichi on the 5-pin only, and that is a deal in from Rise. You had 3 of the things. Alright, so we have Lily, Demo, Mono, Prospero. You all ready for a game? If so, I'm going to start you off in a moment. Alright, following Piffles from a dealer seat. Alright, I'm going to start the game off because nobody has said anything, so can Oradora come to Papa? Indeed. Alright, random seat, off you go. Good luck. Well, let's see this card that could potentially happen here. So, Rise has Dora 2 and a reasonable start. Piffles' hand looks pretty good, considering he's dealer. So, Yakuhai and Chudora. Pretty much what you want. Daikendon's hit himself a couple of... actually, he's got 4 pairs at the moment. And also bonus Yakuhai if it comes to it. So, there is the first one. So, Piffles now Ishanten for East Dora 2, we would hope. He has hit East Dora 2, but stay... Of course, no, of course, he's called. Yeah. So, East Dora 2. Waiting on the Tuso, which is loose in Jesper's hand and does deal in. Oh, there's 58, and those would be the bad Piffles. Okay, so the game re-equalizes a little bit there. Back to a 30k game, Rise with a narrow lead over Jesper, and Daikendon in position to take advantage. So we will remain with Piffles, because it's currently his dealer turn, and this is a good starting hand. So a few options here. Probably not going towards Honitsu, unless he gets extremely fortunate. But still, any hand that you're not that far away from Tenpai at the start, you have to consider good. He is culling middle tiles, with a 5-pin there. You can kind of understand in this position, so he's looking to try and force a Honitsu. It's a little bit away from that, and yeah, now that's backfired on him because he's had to now get rid of a 5-4, which would have been useful. He could have got rid of 9 white to start with and potentially worked around that. Tenpai speed might take priority over out-and-out value from a dealer position, but he does need some. He's in last place by about 10k here. So yeah, calling the off-win forces him into the Honitsu plan. But the only tile he's got in that Honitsu plan, well, the only 2 tiles, is a white dragon with 2 outs remaining and a 9-so with 2 outs remaining. Well, actually, there's a few more outs because obviously 8 and 7, but you know, they're both terminals that are in rather than middle tiles. If you had a triplet of a 9s and a 5-so, I'd say he's more likely to get advancement with the Honitsu, and it's far better in that regard. But you never know. It puts some pressure on the table, which is always something to be sought. So people have to think about what you're doing, and clearly the Honitsu now makes any Sozu discard a little more tricky than it would otherwise be. Fine, kill my Dora free from Khan. See if I care. Rise actually does have a hand that could be Khaning here. Both 1-man and 6-so potentially. Meanwhile, Piffles is still trying to cull tiles for this Honitsu. Dora from Rise, but it passes. Jesper has picked up Ishanten with that. And I can end with the chance to call the Souths, which... I mean, he's seen a Dora pass just a turn ago, so he could call it and take Ishanten. Yeah, it does. It's South only, but it's, you know, it's getting there. Alright, now he's finally... People starting to draw some useful tiles here, so he's actually progressing now. But, yeah. Honitsu is always a bit of a slow one. And that is a better Ishanten now for Jesper. Incorporating the Dora. And that is Tempai. So 3-6 pin through weight. Yep. So Jesper 3-6 pin through weight to retake the lead. Rise though has just drawn Khan ability here, and does. He didn't have doesn't have Tempai though, but he has now added some value to the last 9-so in Piffle's hand and the 2 that are in Daikendon's hand. So basically that 9 is a bit isolated now. Good news is Jesper's weight is not particularly good considering what's in people's hands here. He's only got 2 outs, but it is tricky. Alright, that's one of the few ways that you can improve and keep that going. So he's now Ishanten, but that does look as if the 3-so might have to come out. Well, I say that. Yeah, it does. I mean, he could have played the 5-so, but it's difficult to evaluate 5-so versus 3-so against that Riichi. 5-so could have been a half CG, but it's not a guaranteed thing for that, I suppose. Giving up a Mungan, though, has gotta hurt when you're already in last place. Jesper back above the 30k threshold, Piffle's down to 10,000, and we're going to follow from Rise's perspective for the next hand. Who has another good starting hand here. Couple of triplets, and Dora triplets at that, potentially. This might be a Tanyo push, Tanyo Dora 2, Tanyo Dora 3. You can do it. He's got like 1 South, but I'd be possibly inclined to get rid of it quickly and evaluate this as Tanyo. I mean, to be fair, he's getting rid of North 9 on the off chance he draws that 2nd South, because that makes the hand a lot better if he does. But as you can see, with 2 in Jesper's hand, it's going to be at best a stalemate between them on that. Jesper's hand, yeah, a little awkward. It's not terrible, but he needs a few edge tiles to get anywhere near Tempai, really. Rise, continuing on with the Tanyo plan. Yep, doing okay. Piffles has Pair of East, and it's a bit all over the place there. Okay, so Tanyo, definitely the thing here. Ishanten now for Rise. Jesper, though, completing that set of Souths now means he can go for it. Yeah, I picked the wrong table to spectate on because I keep getting spoiled by Rise and Jesper in the chat. Ah, well, it's fine. So, irregular 3-4 weight for Jesper then at that point, and Carnage available for... Yep. Oh boy. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I think, though, he'll get away with that. Could have been a lot worse. So 2 cards from Rise and not a lot of benefit from either of them. I mean, maybe carding from Ishanten isn't good. To be fair, though, His follow-up hand's pretty nice. Okay. So, Jesper, dealer turn from the lead. Dragon in his hand, single self in his hand. Some connectivity, but some stuff to be worked on. Daikendon looks okay. Pivel's hand has 2 Dora and looks fairly connected. But yeah, Rise definitely has the potential to be quite quick here. He might go for a Chinitsu based on absolutely no information whatsoever. Glance at chat. But he could so easily just go for just a quick Pinfu. Or I suppose Tanyo if he gets fortunate. But I suppose if he draws to 4, which he has done now, that makes the Chinitsu far more likely than going for Tanyo. Especially if he keeps drawing those Finzi tiles. I wonder if Rise is going to win this hand based on the information that I know. Just had to clip out. I mean, sometimes, yeah. Sometimes that can be worth it. Usually not, in my experience, unless you've got a definite safe tile and can counter it with something that is Tenpai. But I mean, that could have been what happened. I don't know. I'm not watching that game at the moment. Carrying on. Rise. I mean, to be fair, that's quite a good Shinitsu weight at the moment, the way it's building up. I was about to say, I think 147 got him there, but maybe it didn't. Free. No, I mean, even if it does, I don't think I have 1 pin only weight is a good one, given things. Again, had the option to take Tanyo there, which is relevant. Actually, no, it wouldn't be. He doesn't have the middle 6. No, he wouldn't have had the Ipeiko. It would have been, I mean, yeah, Ipeiko pin for Eudora is actually perfectly fine, especially if you look like you're going for Honitsu. But Chinitsu is Hanneman if he gets that, which is game equalizing if nothing else. Meanwhile, how are the other things going on? So Daikendon has hit Sananko potentially, or Riichi Nomi, which is the other way it could go. But Sananko is the ideal. Pibbles has a double Dora and is Ishanten? Technically? Not a good Ishanten, he needs a 7 pin. And those have just been eaten. So... so yeah, it is a... yeah, it's a 5 pin only, currently. Versus the 6-9. What do you know? His weight changes to the free 6 pin. So 3, 6, 9 are the danger tiles. Bill's going to cut the 9 here? He might, if he's thinking Tanya. Yeah. I mean, there's nothing at both of them are doing Tarnpin style things. Unfortunately for Daikendon, it is basically because he didn't draw it himself. It's Riichi only. But, you know. That is the unfortunate break of Sananko. Unless you can have Toy Toy along with it. Which, to be fair, is the usual way I prefer it if I'm going to do it. Okay, so Daikendon, dealer turn, South 4. 16-4 to the leader, but any win will take you to second. And it's not a bad starting hand. I need a Sun Vitamin to make a difference. Be kind. I have been kind. I was saying that basically on the discards you could read Tanpin out of them, but you know. So Tanyo Dora 2 isn't too bad a start from Daikendon, and also, I mean, Adila Mungan if he gets that far. I mean, yeah, go for it. Really no reason not to. Reach Tanyo Dora 2, Mungan, 12,000, change is 16,000. That does most of the work. So he gets this, he only needs 1,000 points to take the win. So this is about as ideal as you're going to get from a dealer turn. Early free 6 pin weight. Come on, guys! Stop spoiling things while I'm watching. Oh well. Sumo. Did he hit Ura? Nope, but Mungan gets him basically there. 400 points is gap. Any win will do from Daikendon to take the win. And he has double south to start with. So, pretty much objective achieved here. Now it's just a case of what else is happening. So, Piffles has a slow hand. Rise, Dora, but generally slow. Jesper, Dora 2, Dragon. Okay, so it's about... All of these are a little slow, but Dora 2, Dragon. Jesper has a shot. Jesper has a shot of being as quick as the south hand here. First strike to Jesper. Pair of nines. So pair established. Although he had the pair of threes already, so additional pair established, I guess. Daikendon doesn't call immediately. I mean, I might have been tempted to, given 1,000 points. At least put some pressure on Jesper, maybe. It does mean you definitely need that pair of souths, though. So I can understand the reluctance at this stage. Now you got 4 pairs. You got the potential to go, you know, the backup plan of Toy Toy, I guess. But yeah, I more than understand not calling that 4 at that stage. I probably would now, though. Alright, 1 pin, 1 pin. So, Pibble, Sanbaiman, you say? So, Chitoi Honitsu... Chitoi Honitsu would give you Mangan, so you need a bit more than that. Chitoi Chinitsu, Baiman, that would do it. At least get you somewhere. Baiman, Reach, and hope for Uradura. Yeah, that'll work. Alright, so Daikendon 1 away, Ishanten. Rise reaching, and he's reaching on a 3-pin only. So this is, I mean, what does Rise need to gain a position here? He needs a fair amount, actually. Alright, so Daikendon has hit Tenpai and has a set of south, so he doesn't have to reach. He knows any win will do, so going into Dharma 1-4 makes sense. And that is Vidilo. Yeah, just half a step slow. Although I don't know if Jesper would have been able to play either the 5-man or the 7-pin against Daikendon, realistically. Or Forso, come to that, actually. But hey. So that was a good comeback and a good win from Daikendon. 12 points for Jesper for second place, and the remaining points are as that. Alright, there is one other game that is currently going on, which is the... which is not actually being shown. Hold on, did that just end? Oh, most Mahjong games are a little anticlimactic, let's be honest about this. Alright, so let's see what's going on in this game then. So, East 3, so we're still fairly early. Lily has a slight lead over Mono. Yeah, the traditional rivalry from last year was Mono couldn't beat Lily. Mono beat everybody else, dominated the table, but could not beat Lily for the life of him. So, Demo, though, does have double Yaku High, but also has a Dora in hand. This is a little bit of a weird one. At first, in all those games, and avoided dealing it and still lost. Unfortunately, that's Mahjong. Prospero going into 6-pin weights for West only. Khan seems a good play here. This late in the game, I'd have Khan. Because otherwise, you're basically doing a West only, really. But well, here comes something, and that's a deal in. Oh, was it a... What was the deal in there? For a 10? I'm missing. What am I missing here? Falling. He's basically on the 6 at that stage. Yeah. Oh, he was waiting on the 6. All right, I missed something there. All right, yeah, Yakulas. Yeah. Don't worry. That was me going complete blank. Anyway, points. So we're gonna follow Demo because he's the leader, we might as well. Okay. So Demo with a reasonable Tarnpin starting hand. Meanwhile, up top, Prospero has Dora and reasonably connected tiles. Lily with a few. Yeah, this is okay. A few middles to fill in, but otherwise not too bad. Mono might decide to cheese this and go for a Sanchiku, knowing him, or maybe even a Chanter. That would be unheard of from him, but we'll see how he does this. Mono likes hinting at really obscure hands and then actually being on something else. Although, admittedly, he doesn't have enough. He doesn't have something else to be waiting on at this point. Ugh. Anyway, that is advancement for Lily. And for Prospero as well, to a certain extent. Although, 4 pairs, I mean, you could make the argument for keeping some of these honors and going for a pairs route, but it's more likely going to go Pinfu. Meanwhile, Demo goes Ishanten. And can call for Tanyo and Tanyodora 1 as dealer, which seems fairly suitable. I want to play a 5-pin here, or will he keep it? He keeps it for the moment. Yeah, no worries. Thanks for joining us, Rise. I will see you next week. Yeah, pretty much no more games. I'm just going to observe this one, and we'll then tally up points and see how this goes. Decides not to card, but again, you can call the free with this current setup, so free pin's a bit more valuable. Oh, decides not to take it and goes for the Riichi Tango as well. I'd have been tempted to call the free and just take it, but I guess this is more valuable by waiting a turn or two. Anyway, 3-6, so's you wait. Alright, no worries, Jesper. Thanks for joining us. Ah, it's disgusting, Demo. The amount of jam. Reach Ipatsu Sumo Tanyo Simples Manga. That is disgusting. Alright, Demo takes the lead. And Demo is still dealer. East 3 still. Repeat 2. Thankfully, Demo's hand is not as ridiculous as last time. It looks like Lily's might be the best on board at this point, unless I'm missing something. Dora from Prospero is worth mentioning. On his hand, potentially. You can fill in the 4-6 or the 2-4 quite early on, then that could be the hand to watch. And of course now he's got the pair of Easts, so that potentially gives him some tempo. Meanwhile, progression continues. Oh, now Mono and Demo both have the pair of Easts now. And depends whose hand is developing to work around that best, I guess. Well, technically Demo is Ishanten, so he might be quicker than Mono at the moment. Question is Mono going to be tempted to go for a Honitsu if he draws things? Probably not. At this point, you probably get rid of a 2-4. No, he gets rid of the 8. I guess there's a chance at Sanchiku here, actually. 2-3-4. Because he can call and be technically in Tenpai for the other part of it, so he gets free or free. Seems good. Although, yeah, that seems better. Dora for Demo, so a couple of ways that's going to go, potentially. And another T4-6. There goes the 4 there. So Lily is now Ishanten for pairs with that draw. Discards haven't really shown pairs as a thing, but to be fair, 1 and 8 aren't bad things to be waiting on. 3 man, a little less so, admittingly, but you know. Alright, South for Prospero. Followed by South, followed by a 5 man. So what does Demo want to do here? Still plays the 5. Temptation, I guess, is to that versus the 9-8 discard, but arguably these are going to be safer later in the game. Whereas the 5 is going to be potentially dangerous if you have to play it. Is that Tempai for Mono? That looks like it might be.
Riichi.
Yep, reaching, waiting on the free pin. So decides to go for the reach. And give everybody things to think about. So, safe tile from Lily. So 1 free pin played, 1 free pin in Prospero's discard pool. And Lily is folded. And Prospero now has 2 Dora. This is a tricky one here. Mainly, I don't think the free's coming out of Prospero's hand at this point, but you're still attacking when you've got 2 Dora and a reasonable chance of finishing up a Pinfu. Problem, I think, from his perspective is he would have to probably discard it to go for it. Yeah, Demo's out for that reason. Keeps that for the pair. He does need the red dragon, which there aren't any of them left, so it's basically a Dora wait at this point. And it's whether you can make the 6-0 pass, which doesn't look the best against Mono. Although it's not terrible. Double Suji, I guess. It's just awkward against him. Yeah, he plays both the reds now, which is probably the correct decision. Demo draws a free pin. Yeah, doubted Demo was going to play that, but you never know. Sillier things have occasionally happened. And Haite. So, Mono picks up the draw, 4,000 points closer to victory, and Demo is no longer the dealer. So, moving on to Lily. This is a pretty good hand. Yep, all being said, this is pretty amazing. So, Pinfu, Sanchku, and 2 Dora, potentially, all things that could happen from this. Failing that, it's still Tanyo Dora 2. Tanyo Ipeiko Dora 2, sorry. Dora 3. Yeah, this hand is amazing. Sanchku's gone, but... wow! Okay, fine. Yeah, I was about to say Sanchku's gone, but I don't think drawing Dora Dora matters here. So Tanyo Dora 4, currently. Any more for any more? White Dragon, okay, fine. Let's say, if you drew a 4th Dora there, then Lily has all the jam. All of it. I haven't even looked at other people's hands at this point, but... yeah, this is about whether this strong hand can be negated more than anything else, I think, at this stage. Lily draws a free pin. It feels like it's over at that point, but we'll see. Anyway, what is Prospero actually doing? Prospero looks like he's going for a Chanter, which is a little awkward in the position, but we'll see. Mono going for a quick Tanyo hand to just move the game on, which is pretty much the game plan if you are not the dealer. And Demo hand's a little slower, but yeah, I'd start calling if I was Lily here. Yeah, there we go. So, Ishanten. Unlikely she's going to get calls with a 4 or 5 so here, but not impossible that it happens, I guess. Especially with Prospero playing a Chanter hand. But it's the free pin that's the critical one, really. Yeah, plays the 8 over that, which I get, although, well, given the 4's been... yeah, there's the chance he can still do the 4, actually. Ooh, yeah, don't want to go with that. The 4's also in Demo's hand, so it's not likely to come out anywhere, but... that's a little better. That might cause a change of this. It's whether you want to go with a free pin. She decides to go for the 4-7. Makes sense. Oh, that is a very good draw. Okay. So yeah, this is a bit of a monster hand that she's just hit Tenpai with now. Sumo as well. Oof. Yeah, I was about to go and explain the actual weight pattern there because it's more than you would think. But yeah. Mangan as dealer. And Lily is now in the lead with that. Gyakuten. East 4, repeat. Only the Wanderer this time, but oh wow, as Demo picked up a hand. That could potentially be a monster on the left, but we'll see how things go. Mono's hand's reasonable, if a bit skewed towards the edges. Prosperous hand is decent. Demo's hand just looks a bit scary, that's all. See if he finishes it, of course, but, you know. Not necessarily quick, but scary. You want your hand to be one of those two things, either really expensive or really quick. He's got the really expensive, and it's not the slowest, so it's probably ideal. Meanwhile, Lily is drawing Pinzu and developing the hand. That could get to Pinfu quite rapidly. Oh, there's the dragon for Mono. So, Mono not looking at the Honitsu here, but looking at potential other things. Even though 3-5, but 9 is probably a safe tile towards the end because, well, Tampin. Or Tampin considerations, I guess. Ooh, no, he's going for Chanter. I thought he might be going Tampin and just considering things for that, but he's actually going to try and force the Chanter here. No, there's Prospero. One pin does nothing. Friso, I mean, this is the thing. Friso's actually been quite useful in his hand, but now he's played 2. It's backfired on him for that. Khan, he says. Draws a south as well. Oh, you can't buy that luck. Mono. That's disgusting. Alright, Chanter Dragon Dora 4 then, showing. That, well, I was about to say that might not be the end of it, but I suppose it technically might not be the end of it, because if he can get another pair of 1-9 West, he can have Honroso on top of it as well. Which would potentially make that hand Baiman. But yeah, he's going to have to take the Tenpai against 2 calls. Or he's going to have to take that route for just the quicker Tenpai over doing that at this stage. Well, there's the 7. Which does go into Lily's hand, so that's not coming out. East is fine. Or West is fine, sorry. Yeah, East is still bonus, and actually 1 has been played, but that's it. Oh, Demo's just hit Tenpai. Tanyo, Dora 3. Stays on the close 6 weight for Tanyo. I mean, I guess if you want to say Dharma, that's the only, you pretty much have to do that. You could take the double-sided, but... Alright, so now Mono has the option of switching to Toy Toy here, and I'd be honestly tempted to do that, because now it looks like your hand is that thing. You don't necessarily want to, you know... This is the thing. Looking like you're in for something here, but you don't need... You just need a Yaku. Toy Toy would be perfectly fine here, especially since you know you can't do anything with the East. I'd have kept the 8-9 on principle with that, and if I could get to Toy Toy, that would be fine. Especially if I called the 8, because then somebody's got to think it is Toy Toy. My assumptions are wrong. What the heck are you waiting on? Because it could be anything. Still, Mono's decided not to go with that route and stick with a Chanter. Also, Toy Toy's worth 1 more, so you know, there's that. Two 6s in Prosperous hand, but that is Tenpai with a good weight. And the 6 should pass. Sorry, the 5 should pass, yeah. And that is a deal in for Mono. Oh, big hand, but I think, yeah, if he'd have kept the 8 and the 8 had come out... I mean, to be fair, the 8 could have followed because the 8 was discarded, rather than because that was the best thing for Demo to discard at that point. Although, he probably would have done. Yeah, that would have put him Tenpai waiting on those two, and with a bit of doubt as to whether it is a chanter. Anyway, Prospero then. Comeback required. He is in third place, 18-2 behind. Tudora in the opening hand. Demo has a mostly Manzu-filled hand, but the rest of the hand is a little awkward. Mono has a triplet of East in the South round. Perfect. A couple of dragons, and yeah, again, Mono could get Chancer here. We'll see if he does. Well, that makes it slightly more likely, because now we can add the Dora in, so... Plays the free, so he's got his pair. He has multiple single Yakuhai for whatever he needs to do. Leaning into the Chanter side of things, I think. Meanwhile, Mono is drawing additional Manzu tiles. Apologies. There's a little bit of work to do all around here, but Demo's again got the threat up at top. Possible Itsu as well, just adding to the thing here. But concealed Chinitsu Itsu, Baiman, which you can Dharma with. But of course, we have to be in Magical Dreamland for that to happen, but you never know, sometimes it does occur.
Riichi だよ.
Okay, Riichi on the north. So this is for just a 5/8, which, yeah, looks okay. Demo, though, has got his Chinitsu up. It's not there yet, I don't think. But he does have Chinitsu. Mono also one away from this. If Prospero starts folding, that's going to let Mono get in. Oh, Mono's braving it. And that is Itsu, Chinitsu from Demo. I think that's it.
Riichi.
Itsu, Honitsu, Ipeiko. That is a monster up top. If a 5 gets played, to be fair, there's only one left, but... Oh boy, that's a potential monster hand. Is Demo that lucky? Is there enough jam in the world here? Mono also hits Tenpai with that. So, South 1. It's also going to be potentially head bump this as well. Oh no. Oh no. Head bump. Head bump for the monster. And that is probably GG. Demo hits the Baiman at the end. Mono busts out. Demo gets his shades. And that is GG. Ouch. Well, to be fair, it would have carried on, but yeah. Ouch. Still, that's the breaks, there's the raids. That was a good game, actually. I thoroughly enjoyed watching that from behind all of you. Well, thanks for playing those who did. We will be back here again next week. I might do some midweek streams on climbing the ladder on Tenho if you're interested. But yeah, we shall see. Thanks for joining. Catch you another time. Until then, folks.